Hey beauties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as I was scrolling the internet to, look at the beauty news, see what new products there are, what's interesting, I came across the new product at Charlotte Tilbury. And before I say anything else, I absolutely love Charlotte Tilbury. I think she's got something that is true to herself. It's her brand, it's her image. I love what she does outside of the beauty world. She's sponsoring Formula One for women. I think she's got some amazing initiative. However, the new collection, the Supernatural collection, you've got lip liner, so her lip cheat. You've got a new face palette that is the Nudegasm palette. The contour ones that have new shades. Is it not just reheated makeup product? I mean, I already had her Nudegasm palette from many years ago. I would say that's probably like 4 years ago. I haven't tried on, but I have two of the new lip liners. So this is the Lip Cheat Contour Duo. So you have two shades basically on the pen. And the contour, well, okay. The contour, I get that you would want to have new shades, add more shades and have a bigger range to be more inclusive. But does that count as a new launch and a new product? Not really. And in no way, like, I'm not here to be ranting or being negative about the brand. I really like Charlotte Tilbury's product. I think they are great product. And I'm gonna do my full makeup today using most of her product anyway. But like, I feel like we've entered a bit of an era where brands don't really know what to come up with. And we are just relaunching the same product. Like, same as with Dior now that is relaunching its glowy blush. What's that all about? Obviously, I will be trying the Dior blush and review them for you guys, but like, are we not excited to create new stuff instead of just using what's existing already? Anyway, back to Charlotte Tilbury. I have done my skincare. Now I'm going in with her foundation. I really do like this foundation. This is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. And I have shade 5 Cool. And it is a full coverage foundation. It has a matte finish. It is a beautiful foundation. But I have to say, I cannot use this foundation more than 2 days in a row because it makes my skin really dry. Something in the ingredient list is, as I am wearing it, there is no problem. It stays in place the whole day. It is beautiful. But once I take it off, I don't know, there's something in the formula that makes my skin get really dry. For the concealer, I do have her concealer from Charlotte Tilbury, the Beautiful Skin Concealer. It's too drying on my skin. It's just, it's a shame because I like the formula. It's creamy, it's got a super good coverage, but it just dries my under eye and it creases. So instead, I'm gonna go with WESTMAN Atelier. That is self-blurring. It's just a beautiful full coverage concealer that has skincare into it. And honestly, it's like Charlotte Tilbury, but better. It's got full coverage. The formula, the texture and how it feels on the skin is even better because it's not as drying. Well, on my skin anyway. I've got a normal skin that has sometimes tendencies to get a little bit dry, which I would expect in winter, but now we've not really had rain here in the UK, and everything is really dry. The pollen is on full swing, so I feel my skin to be quite dry, to be honest. Look at how beautiful this is. Completely blurring, super light. It just brightens up, and this concealer will not crease. It's not going to let you down, I promise you. We are going to do a little bit of contouring, so I'm going to use my contour stick from DIOR FOREVER DIOR. Shade, this is 01 Light, like this. And I have to talk, I'm not really one to gossip. I just don't really have time in my life to be gossiping and, you know, reading that sort of news. But this came up my Instagram feed, and I'm not really on Instagram. I mean, if you're following me, I'm really sorry, but I need 72 hours in a day. But Kris Jenner's new face, I mean, obviously she's had a few surgery and there's a lot of rumors as to what she's had done, but she is 69, man, and she looks younger than me. I mean, I have fine lines, I have wrinkles, and I just don't have time to go and get my Botox done because we're traveling every week. But like, oh my God, man, she just looks flawless. And I mean, you can agree or disagree. That is a very personal topic, but no one can say, I think she looks great. I think she looks absolutely fabulous, in my opinion. There is no way on earth that at her age, my skin will be this flawless, because it is not at the moment. And well, I'm just aging. That's just the normal way of life. And I do not have her bank account. But my God, and I'm really curious. I really want to hear what you guys think, whether you like it or not. I'm just flabbergasted by how flawless she is looking. It is crazy. And I'm going to add a little bit more of contouring on the cheeks. So still using the same DIOR contour stick, but I've applied on my brush. I'm just gonna go like this. Because this foundation is quite dry, I really want to avoid rubbing too many product on it, because it's going to get little patch, sadly. For my blush today, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury, the Beauty Blush Wand in matte, and I've got two Pillow Talk shade. I've got, this one is Pink Pop and the other one is the original Pillow Talk. As much as I like the idea of this product, I find them to be so messy. Once you open this, so I keep them clean. I wipe this bit down because otherwise you just have product everywhere. Every time you use it, you just have product everywhere. So I'm going to, I mean, look at this. Not cool. So all of this fabulous product came out on my hand. I think it must have been stuck in the applicator. So another reason why I never go directly onto my face. But I'm gonna saturate my brush. And here we go. It's a very light pink, which is really great because you can layer it with other shades, like I'm going to do today. With a much smaller brush, I'm going to apply the darker shade, the original Pillow Talk. So I've got all the blush on my brush. And just gonna come more towards the edge of the face and add just a little bit more blush. So now is a good time to take your foundation brush and just correct. So if you've gone too large, if you just want to dim it down a little, you don't reapply foundation. You really just come and correct, soften the edges, whatever you want. It is the right time to do it. just like this. You just use the excess that is left on the brush, and you come and you can, you know, play, correct, add, remove. That is the best order of things to do. Obviously, I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury's palette. This is the Super Neutral Beautifying Eye Trend. I like this palette. They are really, really good. I'm gonna go in with the cream white shade on my mobile eyelid all over as my base. Going to keep it very simple. The eyes are not the focus for today, so I'm gonna add this. Right, just like this. Same thing onto the other side. And now in the palette, I'm going to use the blue shade here. It's kind of a gray blue shade. And I'm going to apply it in the crease. So very, very, very small quantity on the brush. And the idea is really just to create a shadow here. Like this. Gonna do the same thing onto the other side. The eyes are finished. I've applied a fine line of liquid eyeliner. I'm using La Ligne Noire de Sisley, and the mascara is Gucci Le Magnétisme. And I also added that same blue shade in the crease under at the bottom of my eyelashes. So now let's go and talk about this palette. So this is the Nudegasm Face palette. It is for a runway ready bronze sculpt and glow. So this is meant to be, so you've got the Ultimate Supermodel Sun-Kissed Glow in a palette inspired by Charlotte's Backstage Secrets. So brush on top of the cheekbones, temple, inner corner of the eyes, eyelid, cupid bows, and décolletage. And you have 4 different shades in the palette, and I have dropped mine. So as you can see, this shade just broke and exploded. But I think I did an okay job at putting it back together. So at the top, you have 2 highlighter or glowy shade. This is a proper highlighter that has more of a gold tone to it. This is kind of a blush-ish highlighter. This is your bronzer, and this is your contour. I'm going to go right away with the contour shade. And honestly, you do not need a lot. Her products are quite pigmented. I'm literally just dusting a little bit of product, and you'll see it just snatched your face in no time. Here on the temple. With a loose, fluffy brush, this is from Real Technique. I'm going to use the bronzer. And again, you do not need much. So it is a one palette for all. So the shades that you have here are the same for everyone. I think this palette works if you have medium, light, fair skin. Medium, not too dark. Because more than that, if you're darker than medium, forget it. It's just not gonna work for you. The shades are, the bronzer, the contour is not gonna work for you. You could use the 2 highlighter, but what's the point of buying a whole palette if you're going to use just 2 shades in it? So bronzer is actually really nice. It's quite a neutral bronzer shade. So I would say if you have a cool skin tone, this is actually a good palette. So I'm not reapplying bronzer. I'm kind of just whatever is left on the brush. I'm kind of mixing the shades a little bit here together. So I've got my blush, I've got the contour, and just with the bronzer, kind of blending the things together. And I've got crazy little fluffy hair going on. Voila. So I'm gonna show the two shades at that. I'm gonna start with the pink one, and I've got a blush brush that has a nice angle. I don't want to add too much because it is quite pigmented, and I quite like the blush that I have under. So see how glowy this is. And I am tapping it onto my cheeks. I am not rubbing it because I didn't powder anything. And I do not want to rub stuff. And with a highlighter brush from Rare Beauty, I'm going to take the gold shade. Just add it here. Wherever you would add your highlighter normally. I have to say, if you are liking a really nice glow in your product, if you're that kind of person that wants to have that glowiness and that kind of glams and glitters, and or if you are a makeup artist and you are doing bridal, Charlotte Tilbury is a really good option for your makeup kit because the products are super long lasting. They work really well together. The shades are really nice. And look at how glowy and gorgeous this is. Now, trying on the new Lip Cheat Contour Duo. So I picked up two shades. I have Fair Light and Medium. So how it works, let me open the light one. You have two ends to your lip liner. So this shade here is to contour, so it is a little bit darker. And this shade here is to fill. So technically then what you can do is either you just apply a gloss. You just apply a gloss all over. Or you can go with a lipstick that would be the same shade as much as possible as your lip liner, the fill shade. Because otherwise there's literally no point of filling up your lips if you're not going to be using the same shade. So I'm going to swatch the two of them, so the medium and the fair. So I'm going to start with the fair and show you the two shades. So the top here is to line, is to do the outer bit. Oh, they are very dry. And this is to fill. So just right away I can tell this is a little bit warmer. This has a bit of a cooler undertone to it. But I am so surprised on how dry they feel on the skin. Her formula used to be amazing. Now this feels quite dry on the skin. So let's go and see the medium, the fill shade. I don't see much of a difference. This is your contour, this is to fill. They are extremely similar. Have I made a mistake? So contour, they are just very similar. This one has more of a brown tone to it. This one has a little bit more of a purple, but it's very subtle. I think you see more the difference with these two shades. But 100% this is a different formula. It is not as waxy as the previous formula she used to have on her lip liner, the standard lip liner. I like the idea of two shades. I'm just not sure that we're actually going to use it as a lip liner, a contour, and a fill. For me, you're just getting two shades in one pen. And I really like the idea when it's for your eye pencil, because I've used this so much. The brown shade, I can't, like, that's it, that's the end of it. Obviously I don't use the beige as much, but I have been using it a lot, the beige, white, whatever shade this is, cream. I like the idea, but I just don't know how, where I'm going to actually, you know, contour and fill up my lips, but I'm going to try it right away. Shade Fair, and this is the sculpt side. So here you can see. So I contoured my lip, and honestly, it is very, very light. If you have a lip a little bit darker than mine, forget it. I don't think you're gonna see anything. I have to say though, this is a very cool tone lip liner. So if you have a cool tone, light skin, you're actually gonna really like this. But it is very dry. Like, it is super dry on the lips. If you have very dry lips already and chapped a little bit, it's not gonna be nice. I think you have to have that perfect lip. And then let's just add this is the Fill shade. It's very close to my natural lip color. That is the full lip with the two ends on the light shade, the fair shade. I like how cool it is. So if you're looking for something that is a cool tone, very light on the lips, it is a super good option. However, like for me, my lipstick is missing. I feel like it's not complete. It's quite comfortable on the lips, I have to admit. And I get why it is a little bit more dry, because if you're going to only wear this, it has to be dry enough to stay in place. But I feel like it's a little bit tricky in the application if you were to have quite a dry lip already, or if you've not exfoliated your lips, it's not gonna give you a really nice result. And that's just me being super honest with you girls. In my opinion and in my case, what's going to happen is I'm going to be using it just as a normal lip liner, and I don't think I would fill up my lip like this, because now I just think I don't see the contrast in between the two shades. I don't think is big enough, and now I just want to add a lipstick. So because I feel like something is missing, I'm going to top it up with Charlotte Tilbury's lipstick. This is Hollywood lipstick, and the shade is Red Carpet Pink. I'm gonna just go like this. So this is the final look. It is a really nice look. Like, I like this makeup look. Let's go back to this palette. If you don't have a palette like this in your kit, which I doubt, I'm pretty sure. So it's great if you just want to have one palette and be done with it. So you can bronze, you can contour, you can highlight, you can have your blush. It's really sculpting your face beautifully. It's great. I have been using mine quite a lot and I really like it. You know, you probably have already a lot of products that are quite similar. So I'm not gonna say it's not a good product. It is a really good product. It just depends what you need or want in your makeup kit. I enjoy working with it, but it's nothing groundbreaking. It's not a new product. It's been around for a while. It is limited edition, so that means it's available now. It's gonna stop being available for a while, and then it will most likely come back in a few months, years time. The lip liner, the lip cheat, I don't think, I don't know, I don't see myself using it as a contour and a filler, or a lip, you know, to fill in the middle. I think I'm going to most likely just use it as a lip liner, and that is it, because I like to add lip gloss or lipstick. That's just personal opinion, even though I have to say, if you do use it as a lip contour and then you fill up the middle of your lip and then add a lipstick, it's going to stay, it's gonna prolongate the longevity of your lipstick for sure, because you're adding a layer. So for sure, it's going to be lasting much longer on your lips. However, if you're looking for something that has a cool tone to it, this is perfect for you. I have noticed though in the past weeks, months, that a lot of brands are coming out with products that are actually made for cool tone skin. That means you've got options. You've got your warmer skin tone and you've got neutral. Neutral, I think it's quite easy because you can swing between. But now I see a lot of products that are made for cool tone skin, and this is great because it is quite challenging. I feel like in the past it was more of a neutral and warm market, but now I see a lot of brands coming with proper cool tone product. So this is great. The contour wand, in my opinion, is very messy to work with. Unless you apply it on the back of your hand first and then you just go and apply it onto your face, but I prefer to use other products. So that is it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed watching the review. If you have any questions, comments, don't hesitate, put them down below in the comments section. I'll come back to you as soon as I can. As usual, I will be listing down below the makeup product that I am wearing on today's look. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, and a big thanks for joining the channel. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. And a big thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.